Terence "Bud" Crawford, one of the most dominating talents of this generation. We've seen him close the show time and time again in some of the most dominating performances. Definitely can't take anything away from Terence Crawford when it comes to his ability in that ring. Always pushing himself to new challenges, we find ourselves now in a difficult situation. Canelo Alvarez. Side note real quick, I'm convinced they tried to get a Floyd Mayweather lookalike in this fight. Alvarez is also a dominating talent in this generation. I mean, this guy's fought everybody. He'd be a great name to have on your resume. And it's a huge payday. I'm talking Big Daddy Dollar Holla, popping collar, sipping pina colada. Sorry, that was that good exotic talking. Canelo is currently the 168-pound champ, and some are calling him the pound-for-pound king. Others are now trying to climb that mountain, which is why this debate is heating up, and I'm going to break some of it down. Bud Crawford fans believe he deserves a fight, while Canelo fans look the other way. But everybody is looking the other way in some form or fashion. Man, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford were just fine at 147 until this youngster came around. Jerron Boots Ennis hit the scene and everybody took off to 154. Yeah, 147 dried up real quick. Now even Boots talking about going to 154. Now Crawford and Spence are talking about going to 168. Some look at that as ducking. I think this young man is just looking for his shot to prove to the world that he's great. He wants to capture the belts. He wants to be undisputed. He wants to move up and go after greatness. All the things that Tank's haters and critics want him to do. But all of a sudden, people don't want Boots to do those things because he's going after Crawford. The same people that put all this weight on belts and accolades are the same people that are destroying the values of the belts and accolades. More on that in a minute. On the other side, you got Crawford fans that feel that Crawford has done everything right and deserves this big money fight. They feel that Crawford has marched his way through adversity on many occasions to be in the positions he's in today. And all of that is true. Crawford has taken the hard road and fought his way to the top. He's got all the accolades. And so that's where we return back to that conversation. Put all this weight on accolades. You got this accolade, you got this accolade. Then when a young fighter comes up and says, I want to challenge you for your accolade, you drop the accolade? After all that hard work? Nah, player, it only seemed like you making these accolades valuable in situations you know you can win. Case in point. Your narrative shouldn't change depending on the name of the belt holder. Let's do a hypothetical because that's what we do in boxing, right? We love hypotheticals. We always do that with Tank. Hypothetically, right now, Benavidez is your 168-pound champion. Is it still a good accolade for Terence Crawford to go after? Answer the question in the comments. This fight would have a great backstory because Terence "Bud" Crawford already beat his older brother. So this would be the younger brother coming back for revenge. Here is the biggest argument against the Crawford-Canelo fight. Who has Crawford beat at 168? Who? People are saying he should take a fight at 154 and beat the champ at 160 and then he deserves a fight at 168. How? Mathematically, that makes no sense. That's a petty argument. A more serious argument is how do you jump the line? If Crawford can get a fight at 160 and get a title shot at 168, what do the guys at 168 do to get a title shot? Let's say Crawford wins the belt at 168. Is he going to defend the title? Caleb Plant is fighting his way back up to the top. Doesn't he deserve a shot at the title? This is why the accolade argument loses value, because if you're not going to defend the belt, what's the point? because now you just making all these belts look like it's a form of cherry picking on the sneak tip. You want to know how I know it's cherry picking on the low? Because if it's this great achievement for Crawford to go after the 168 title as long as Canelo has it, that shouldn't change just because you switched the name. I'm not saying the fight shouldn't happen. I'm just saying to the most of us it seems a little unfair to the other players involved that you get to skip the line when they deserve shots too. You devalue the whole belt argument because if he's not going to defend the title, if he's just going to get the belt to drop it, why do we care that he got it? We don't care. So you can't get mad at people for saying the belts don't matter. Shout out that boy H Money and Galactic Drip TV. Remember, the ring never lies. Bubs Boxing.